Good evening and welcome to News on Prime TV. I'm Hassanjia Lavala. First, we take a look at tonight's top stories.
The President has emphasized that the country would have faced a dangerous situation if there was a change in the election result. World leaders congratulate the President. An explosive revelation on a conspiracy to assassinate the President has been made. Government gears for the parliamentary election. And the news overseas, the US President is to tell the Americans that he has never been more hopeful for the future.
Now for the news in detail. President Rajapaksa has warned that the country could have faced a dangerous situation if there was a change in the presidential election result. He said this was the first time in the country's history that there was a high range of political mudslinging. The President was addressing a meeting of heads of media institutions this afternoon. He revealed that even letters threatening public officials had been sent for expressing views on the government's development program. He also revealed that there were plans to imprison him, murder Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the Galle-Face Green, and also kill parliamentarian Basil Rajapaksa. The President divulged to the media chiefs of a massive conspiracy which was to be carried out with army deserters who had taken lodging in luxury hotels in Colombo if by chance there was a change in the final election result. Further expressing his views, the President emphasized the responsibility of all media institutions to play a responsible role so that communalism and terrorism will not resurface. Certain elements were attempting to revive communalism in various manners. The President requested the media to be responsible and leave no room for any such efforts. Touching on the Northeast election results, the President said that their universal suffrage was more important to him than anything else. He said he appreciated the franchise these people exercised without fear and suspicion. Indian leaders have expressed their congratulatory remarks on President Mahinda Rajapaksa's re-election for another term of office.
Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, congratulating the President and the country, expressed his confidence that under the President's leadership, the country would find lasting peace with all communities living with dignity and in harmony. In a phone message to the President, Prime Minister Singh said his success in the elections is a reflection of the trust the people of Sri Lanka has reposed in him. Dr. Manmohan Singh said both India and Sri Lanka have a shared commitment to democratic values. The countries have time-tested ties of friendship and cooperation. He said he looked forward to working closely with President Rajapaksa to further strengthen their close and multi-dimensional bilateral relations in the coming years. Indian President Pratibha Patil, congratulating her counterpart in Sri Lanka, expressed confidence that under his leadership the country would attain greater heights and find lasting peace. President Patil, assuring the continued commitment of India to deepen the ties between the two countries, said India is looking forward to work with President Rajapaksa towards this end for the mutual benefit of the two nations.
The United States has congratulated Sri Lanka for the first nationwide election in decades and President Rajapaksa on his victory. The US Embassy in Colombo in a statement noted that the turnout was large in most areas and election day was peaceful. The United States congratulated Sri Lanka for the first nationwide election in decades and President Rajapaksa on his victory. The US Embassy said the US looked forward to continuing the partnership between the two countries and working with the government and the people to support a peaceful and prosperous Sri Lanka. The UN Secretary General has commended the Sri Lankan government for holding a free and fair presidential election. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has said that he is pleased about the presidential election being free of violence. The Secretary General made this statement addressing the media at the UN headquarters. He further said that this election was a very important one for Sri Lanka as the first presidential election to be held after the elimination of terrorism. The Secretary General said that he was specially concerned about the presidential election and it was held in a fair and a peaceful manner. He stressed that all should accept the mandate of the people. Sarath Fonseka is accused of conspiring to assassinate the Rajapaksa family. This was revealed to the media by the Director General of the Media Centre for National Security, Lakshman Hulugalla. Mr. Hulugalla said, as a plan, they had booked rooms at 2 leading hotels in Colombo and given lodging to army deserters. Their main operation was to assassinate the president on his return to the president's house after the election result was declared. The assassination was planned to be carried along Gaul Road or at the Lake House roundabout. Their intention was to kill the president and his family members. 20 army deserters have been arrested. Up to now, the arrested army deserters had been unable to give reasons as to why they had been loitering there. Such a situation had not been witnessed in the country's elections history. Minister Maithripala Sirisena has revealed of government plans to go for a general election. The minister was briefing a media conference today. The minister said that as General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, he has issued instructions to the party head office to appoint boards for the acceptance of nominations from those who desire to contest the general election. The General Secretary of the Freedom Alliance will take into consideration the constituent parties of the Freedom Alliance and instruct them to prepare a list of candidates they desire to field for the general election. Minister Sirisena said they have already averted attention to the relevant activities. International monitors have said that the presidential election had been free and fair.
At this moment in Sri Lanka, we believe this election, this presidential election of this time, is a successful election.
Head of Election Observation Mission in Sri Lanka, Dr. Pan Veitha, has expressed these views to the media at the Taj Samudra, Colombo. His team comprised 41 members. They carried out the monitoring of polls in 22 electoral districts. The Asian observers reported that they did not witness any significant deviation from the procedure. They said the election was devoid of violence. They are due to hand over their report to Elections Commissioner Dayananda Deshanayake. Sarath Fonseka's statement to the media has been condemned. The National Polls Observation Centre pointed out that the summoning of a media conference while voting was in progress was an election violation. Issuing a statement, the Election Monitoring Centre said the statement made by Sarath Fonseka after the official announcement of the result was aimed at disturbing the public. Appreciating the statement made by the opposition leader that the election was free and fair, the National Polls Observation Centre has requested that baseless allegations should not be made to mislead and disturb the public. Sarath Fonseka, who had taken lodging in a luxurious hotel in Colombo on the polling day, has left for his house. Expressing his views, military spokesman Brigadier Udayanayake said that from the very beginning he informed Sarath Fonseka that he was free to leave at any time the Cinnamon Lake Hotel where he had taken lodging. Accordingly, the brigadier said that Sarath Fonseka left the hotel for his residence last night. Therefore, he pointed out that it was not necessary to further grant security to the hotel. Minister Professor G.L. Pires has said that the desire of the opposition was to paralyze the economy. It was with this aim that they were engaged in false propaganda. Addressing newsmen in Colombo today, the minister said that not only General Fonseka but the Elections Commissioner said yesterday that they were under detention. Another key figure of the government made an allegation that a transaction was taking place before the announcement of the election result. There is no veracity in any of these accusations. The minister said this was mainly targeted not at the local community but the world. He pointed out that this has been done with the intention of informing investors that there is no stability in the country. The minister added that this was a deplorable and disgusting program. Let's take a look at today's foreign exchange rate. We take a look at Prime World now.